from the very basics. Okay, like we'll go
Okay.
fast, but we shouldn't miss any topic. That's why I'm coming here. Okay,
Okay.
please remember these terms actually. Variable declaration, if we do int I, variable
Mm-hmm.
assignment. What happens when we declare a variable in the computer memory? A small space is reserved, right?
Okay.
And its name is I, and it can store an integer in future. That is the effect of variable declaration. Before
Okay.
using any variable, you have to declare the variable. So that's why
Okay.
before assigning some value to this, we have declared int I. Then we are doing I equals to 10. Variable
Okay.
assignment terms. These terms are important, please remember. So 10 goes into that location. I equals to 20. 20 overrides this location value. Done. Int, char, double. These are all inbuilt data types that comes with the
Okay.
language itself. Okay, so like we are not satisfied with these data types, that's why we need to create our own user defined data types sometimes, right?
Okay.
In programming, for example, we are creating a soldier game, Age of Empires
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. Many soldiers are there. Have you played that game, Age of Empires?
Yeah.
Okay, so many soldiers are there, many elephants are there and all. So I want to create many soldiers on the screen. So what is their type? What is their data type? Data,
Array.
no, no. Data type means exactly what? Data type English
Oh.
meaning. Data type means type of the data, right?
Oh. Okay.
In that case, we are talking about soldiers. Many soldiers are there on the screen. So their type is
Yeah.
soldier. Many elephants are there
Okay.
on the screen. Their type is elephants, right?
Elephant. Okay.
Basically grouping, you can say. Hmm?
Okay.
Okay, so we want a data type called soldier, so that it represents those soldiers on the screen. Hmm? So we don't have such a data type in the computer language like Java. We don't have something called soldier. So we have to create one, right?
Okay.
If we want to talk about elephants, many elephants are there. We have to create a class called elephant that represents those elephants. So first
Okay.
definition is a class is a user defined data type. Please remember this. So we are
Okay.
preparing for an interview, so we should means be able to talk in the interview, huh? Somebody says what
Okay.
is the difference between class and object? Okay, although you know it, you say something rubbish. No, not good. You
Mhm.
should remember the
Okay.
technical terms. Class is a user defined data type. Whenever you want to create a user defined data type, create a class. Second,
Okay.
what is the syntax? Class soldier, class name, curly brackets, and what do we put within a class? What do we put
Okay.
exactly within a class? Two things, data properties and functional properties. How do we decide
Okay.
actually? Think about those entities. 20 soldiers are there on the screen or 30 are there. Okay, think about what are the features that are to be present in each of the soldiers. Think about the
Okay.
features that are to be present in each of the soldiers. Like features or properties are of two types, data properties and functional properties. Okay,
Okay.
properties present in you and me are, data properties are like you have a name, I have a name, you have a height, I have a height, you have a weight, I have a weight. Maybe the values are different, right?
Okay.
These are called data properties. Okay, functional property like verbs. You can talk, I can talk, you can walk, I can walk. Maybe the way is different, right? Those are functional properties. So first, in that way, you have to think about what are the features or the properties present in each of the soldiers, and what are the functional properties also present in each of the soldiers. Put those features into the class. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so in this way we declare the instance. So data properties, like we, for example, think about the soldier. Many soldiers are there. What are the data properties present in each of them? Think.
Like they have their own name.
Right.
They have their own height, weight.
Yeah, we don't consider weight in Age of Empires. Think about something that is relevant.
Oh, their weapons.
No, no, no. Like each of them has a x and y coordinate where they are standing, like that. Each of them has a what? Dress color, right?
Dress color. Yeah. Dress
And
code.
each
Yeah.
of them has a health also. How much health each of
Yeah.
them has. So,
Yeah.
so these are like data properties present in each of them. See, this is very important. Like when you do a big project also, you have to think about what should be inside the class, right? So how do you
Yeah.
determine? You have to think about the features that are to be present in each of them. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
data properties you have to declare here first,
Okay.
and those are called what? Instance variables. This x and y instance variables. So we have declared the instance variables like this. Correct?
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
So then you have to define the functions. that are to be present in each of the soldiers. For example, each of the soldiers can fire, they can jump, they
Yeah.
can run. So we have to define, you know how to write a function, return type, function name, brackets, curly brackets, code for firing. Overall, this is called function definition. You are defining the function. Again, terms are important. Okay,
Okay.
function definition. So next, okay, read the last line for the class. Class is what?
Class is stream of all objects that can be created out of it.
Yeah, explain please.
So class is a we have different objects in a class which we can create from those objects. We can
No,
call
no,
all
no.
those.
See, technically totally wrong, right? There are objects inside the class. Not at all.
Yeah.
So, what should be the right language? Class is a frame of all the objects that can be created out of it. Example, there is Ganesh Puja and huge demand of Ganesh statues. So, the statue
Okay.
maker have to create many statues. Okay. So,
Okay.
like, okay, you are from which place actually in India?
New Delhi.
New Delhi, okay. Near to Noida Mode, okay. Have you been? They create statues actually. So means this time Ganesh Puja is there. There is a huge demand of Ganesh statues. What do they do actually?
They will just make more Ganesh statues
No, they have to
for
create a frame first.
frame. Yeah. Oh,
Okay, they
okay.
will not create Ganesh statues. They will first concentrate on building the frame. So how
Oh,
do
yeah.
they create the frame? Next question. They have to think about this time. Okay, Ganesh statues which we are going to make. Okay, we want these features into the Ganesh statue. Okay, we will make it slightly bigger. We'll make a trunk actually. Okay, trunk is slightly bigger. Belly is slightly this type. Okay, we have to means they have to think about features they want in each of the statues. Are you getting?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then they are going to put all those features into the frame. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
That is what designing a class is about. You have to think about the features you need in each of the instances. Okay?
Okay.
Then you create the
Okay.
frame. So then what happens? After they have created the frame, they just put clay into it, bring out one statue. Put clay into it, bring out another statue. Okay?
Okay.
Those statues that are coming out of the frame, those are actually objects.
Okay.
So object is an instance of a class. Although I have not written it here. See, remember, object is an instance of a class. The Ganesh statue that is coming out is an instance of the frame. One instance of the frame. Are you getting?
Okay. Yeah.
Means like using the frame you can create many statues. Using the frame or using the class you can create many objects. Fine. That answer is correct. But never say objects are inside the class. That is wrong.
Okay.
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 So did you
Okay.
understand the analogous example?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, so I want you to see, first thing is you should understand what I am teaching. That I will make
Okay.
for sure that you will understand here. Second is,
Okay.
please remember these terms so that you can be in sync with me in the next class.
Okay.
When I say what is
Okay.
means use variable declaration here, not define a function, not declare a function. So there should be difference between defining and declaring also. Okay.
Okay.
Next, if I say soldier S1, what happens? Just don't see these things what I have written, just tell me what
Okay.
happens. What do you know? Whatever you know, you tell me.
So I only know like we are just
Creating an object,
um,
right?
yeah. Actually, not creating create by using new operation. We just create the
Right.
object.
But when I asked you
using
today in the morning, means first time, you said that okay, object an instance is created, correct? Isn't it?
yeah. Oh yeah.
That is
I
wrong.
didn't mean it that way. Yeah.
But instance is not created. It's simply a
Okay.
variable declaration as we have written. Okay, right?
Okay.
So soldier S1, okay, like int s we are writing it is variable declaration, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, soldier S1 also variable declaration. In place of int I am writing soldier. What is the difference? Variable declaration
No,
only, isn't it?
it's yeah.
S1 is a variable of type what? Soldier. Above line
Soldier.
int s is also a variable of type what? Int, isn't it? So basically we
Yeah.
are declaring a variable S1 of type soldier, not cats or dogs. It can point to soldiers.
Okay.
Okay, so the next point is, like, we have not created any object yet. Okay,
Yeah.
you can say S1 is the soldier type reference variable. That makes more sense. It may refer to soldier type of objects which we will create. Okay, so
Okay.
how do we create an object in Java? Simply you do new and the class name brackets. You don't need
Yeah.
this thing in the left hand side. You simply do
Yeah.
new soldier brackets. It does what? It creates an object in the memory somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But like nobody is pointing to this object. It's like a hanging object, you may say, right?
Yeah.
If you just create an object. So but we need a reference to this object. Like if there is a student in this world and somebody says, okay, you have to teach him, I don't have his email address or Skype ID, I cannot talk with him. Similarly,
Yeah.
like I need a reference of this object. So how do I get the reference? I just place s1 equal to in the left hand side. That is the reason we do s1 equals to new soldier, so that
Okay.
s1 can point to the object, or s1 is holding the reference of this object. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, 111 was the address of this object, so we are holding 111 in s1. Correct?
Okay.
Okay, so next is how do we put these two lines in one line? That is the reason we do soldier s2 equals to new soldier. Okay, yeah, quickly explain what happens in this line, the 2 3 things. What happens?
So it will create one new object of name S2.
Object of name s2, no, new object, and s2 a variable will point to it. Okay, never say s1
Okay.
and s2 are objects. Okay, that term is
Okay.
incorrect. S1 is a soldier type reference variable that is pointing to
Okay.
the soldier object, reference variable. Okay,
Okay. Okay. I will remember.
yeah. So basically object and reference is totally different thing. Now, so each of the object or each of the Ganesh statue possesses those properties in the frame. So the first object will have its x, y and fire, second object x, y and fire. Now the thing is,
Okay.
I want to initialize the first objects x and y. What do I do? S1 dot x equals to 10, S1 dot y equals to 10, S1 dot fire. Similarly, S2 dot
Yeah.
x, S2 dot y, S2 dot fire. Correct?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the next question is S1 equals to S2, what happens? Very important interview question. Yeah, think and tell.
Those both are different because they have their own, if I say in technical term, they have different hash code.
Huh?
So say so the S1 dot x, S1 dot y, and S2 dot x and S2 dot y, they both are different. They
Okay.
doesn't have relation with each other.
Okay. So if I do just equal to here. No,
Yeah.
you are talking about equality checking. I am not talking about equality checking here. One equals is for
Mhm.
assignment. I am assigning.
Okay.
So what happens? If I assign, I am not checking equality. I am assigning actually. Equal to. One equal to means assigning. Double equal to means checking. Okay?
Checking here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens here? Try again. S1 is holding x10, x y10. So S2 is holding 20, 20. You have seen how we did it, right? Now S1 equals to S2. What happens to the values, or what happens to the memory locations? Think.
I think it will override it, but I'm not sure.
Override the values you are saying, right? S1 will
Yeah.
have 20, 20. This thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see, why you will think so? Because you are considering still S1 is an object and S2 is an object, right? So that is why you are going
Yeah.
wrong. See, think S1 and S2 are references. S1 is presently holding what? Reference of the first object 111. S2 is holding 222. Like mathematics,
Yeah.
it is like mathematics. S1 will hold what? 222 now. Okay. So
Yeah.
the first link
Okay.
with first object gets cut off.
Okay.
S1 starts pointing to the second object. S2 similarly is already pointing to 222, so the second object. So basically S1 equals to S2, what happens? The links, okay, gets
Oh,
overridden,
yeah.
you may say. Or S1 and S2 are both pointing to the same object in that
Same,
way.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
S1 and
Okay.
S2 are links, like references. So now
Okay. Okay.
what happens? The first object, nobody is pointing to the first object. It's a hanging object now, right? It's a hanging
Okay.
object, correct?
Okay.
Okay, so Java does what? It feels this type of hanging objects in the memory are useless objects. They are unnecessarily occupying space in the memory, right?
Mhm.
So it does what? It automatically searches for this type of objects in the memory and removes it automatically. That is called automatic garbage collection. This happens internally. Okay, but we don't know when this thing will happen. It may happen like Java, whenever it feels shortage of memory, it will do it, right? But if you want to start the garbage collection now itself, you have system.gc.
Okay.
When you do system.gc, you are telling the JVM to start the garbage collection now. Okay. Next thing is about the finalize function. Okay, we are also defining a finalize function within the class. We may define it. What does it do? Please read it.
It will execute automatically whenever garbage collection occurs.
Yeah, so garbage collection may occur due to two reasons. One is automatic garbage collection, one is manual garbage collection using system.gc. But whenever garbage collection occurs, the finalize will automatically get executed. So basically, whenever
Okay.
you want to do something, whenever a soldier object is garbage collected, that type of code you put within the soldier class finalize function. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is all about the theory of the classes and objects. So we may do
Okay.
some practical. Okay. So
Okay.
let's go to our Eclipse. Okay, so quickly let's do file new Java project soldier finish, and inside this let's create a new class called soldier s capital.
Okay.
New class soldier s capital. Our classes are always in capitals, right?
Cap.
Mm. Okay, let's quickly have the same thing int x comma y semicolon inside the class. No need of the main function. We don't need the main function here. Delete the main function.
Okay.
Generally in books and all you will see everything jumbled up in one place. Try to decouple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here like okay, we'll follow an indentation rule like this curly brackets, let's put them vertically in one line like this. Okay, int x comma y semicolon, then void fire system.out.println firing from x and y. Okay,
Okay.
do it please. Int x comma y, these are the instance variables we have declared, x
Yeah.
y semicolon. Next line, void fire curly brackets. Okay, system.out.println firing from x and y. So syso control space syso, yeah, double quotes firing from then a plus symbol x plus some space plus y. Outside the double quotes you have to put a plus symbol, concatenation of string with the
Yeah.
values.
Okay. Here I have to write X and Y.
Yeah, x some space x after that plus symbol. Okay, right. So save everything and let's go to the main function. Now I have soldier main. Let's have a soldier main now.
New function void main.
No, not here, not here. We'll not do it here. We'll create another class called soldier main.
So now what I have to do?
You have to create another class, not here, in the default package. New class called soldier main. Means we are having a separate class where we will have the main function. So now inside this let's create soldier objects. How do we do that? Sol control space soldier
Okay.
soldi here soldier s1 equals to new space control space
It's not sure.
not coming, content assist is not working somehow. New soldier semicolon, yeah, s2 new soldier, please do it. Second object,
Okay.
and s1 dot x equals to n s1 dot y equals to n s1 dot fire, s2 also same way.
So we have to assign a value.
10. Okay, s1 dot fire and s2 dot fire. So you know what will happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay, just run it once, then we'll put the finalize function and all. Okay, you got the answer. Now,
Yeah.
okay, do s1 equals to s2 now here. s1 equals to s2. Okay, what do you think? What will happen now?
Now S1 will have the reference of S2.
Okay, okay. So there is possibility of garbage collection, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So like how do we check whether garbage collection occurred or not? We have a finalize function, you know.
Yeah.
So we can go here
Mhm.
and put the finalize here. So how do we bring the finalize here? Right click source, right click
Right.
source,
Override
implement
method.
methods.
Finalize.
Mhm. And here within that just remove the super dot finalize and write down system.out.println soldier object garbage collected.
SYSOT. What was
syso control space syso double quote soldier object garbage collected. Yeah, so if actually garbage collection is occurring, this line should get executed. Okay, save everything, go to the main and run it again. Maybe we are not seeing that line, right? So maybe garbage
Yeah.
collection is not occurring, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how do we make
Mhm.
the garbage collection occur actually? How do we tell the JVM to start the garbage collection? System.gc.
System.
Yeah, do it
Yeah.
here. System as capital system.gc. Yeah, save everything and now run it. Means garbage collection has occurred now. Earlier it was not
Yeah.
occurring. It was dependent
Mhm.
on Java. Okay,
Yeah.
close everything. Let's quickly move to the next project. Create a new Java project called box. Finish.
Okay.
Okay, inside that create a new class called box, B capital box. Now, what are the properties we need in a box? What data properties and functional properties we can keep here inside the class?
Length
Length, width and
and
height.
width.
Width and height.
Yeah.
Okay, double
Yeah.
length comma width comma height, double we can use for decimal.
Mm-hmm.
So double length comma width comma height.
Okay.
Okay, next line. So here we can have the function. What function can we have? Calculate volume. So void, let's have double calculate volume in the left side, double, because the return type we have this time, right?
Okay.
Double calculate volume. When we are writing a function, the middle first letter of the second word should be capital, camel case.
Okay.
V should be capital. Calculate is okay, that is small case.
Okay. Okay.
From the second letter onwards, second words letters onwards, you have to make like this, camel case.
Okay.
Okay, now how do we solve it? What do we return? The
We'll
product of
return
length, width and height.
length into width into height.
Yeah, do it, return length into width into height. Okay, let's have another class, the box main, having the main function now.
Okay. So I have one question. So this is we are just for today we are just going to overthrow of the basics.
Right.
Okay. So what's the class name?
Box main. We'll always have a
Okay,
class,
box.
separate class having the main function. Okay, select the main function, finish, public static, finish. Okay. I want you to create a constructor in the box class. How do you create? Box.java, go to the box.java and
Oh.
create the constructors. And what is a constructor? The definition of a
It is
constructor.
used to initialize the if we want to initialize some variable with value, so that's why.
Okay, very good.
Go.
So please create constructor here, an empty constructor and an overloaded constructor.
So before before the variables or
No,
after the variables?
variables you should do it. Not after the function, but after the variables declaration.
Oh.
Next line. This is the empty constructor. Yeah, we may
Okay.
have length equals 10, width equals 10 and height equals 10 there. You may hard code there,
Okay.
but okay. And we have the overloaded constructor. Why are we having an overloaded constructor? Why?
So that we can give the values when
Very
we
good.
call the.
Yeah, do it quickly. Okay. Now after this, let's have the box and brackets and the overloading double length L comma double W comma double H
Double L
comma double
com-
W comma double H. Yeah, overloading definition you know or not? Function overloading.
a function with same name and parameters.
Same name but different parameters.
Different one. I'm sorry.
Okay, curly brackets in the next line. So how do you solve this? Length
We
equals
have to write
L.
length equal to L.
Right, do it please.
We can also use this, right?
Yeah, why? I will ask about that. What is this?
To for this is used to it is used to point at current what do you call
Uh-huh.
current pointing something. I'm not.
Okay, write down length equals to L semicolon. Length equals to L semicolon. Width equals to W. Height equals to H semicolon. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Now look at this. Like if I just copy this thing and paste it again, and rather than having L, W and H, I will keep length in place of L, width in place of W, and I will comment this
Okay.
block. Do control front slash, comment control front slash. Okay, now come here, in place of L write down length actually. So the instance variable and the method level variables both same name.
Name, one more, yeah.
Then height.
To resolve this thing, we can use
that. But what is the exact definition of this we should understand. This dot length equals to length, this dot width equals to width, this dot height equals to height. Okay, so see, like if you don't do this, what is the problem? You know, if you simply refer to length will be referred as here, this method level variable, right? But our intention
Yeah.
is to initialize the instance variable at the top, so we have to do this dot length. Okay, what is this then?
Okay.
Write down this refers to present class object. So this refers to the present class object. So in this
Okay.
case it is the box object, the present class object, box object, that will get created when this constructor gets called. Naturally one object is created, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that this is referring to that object that got created, okay, and that object's
Yeah.
length equals to length, that object's width
Yeah.
equals to width. That is the reason this is being used here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now next function is, write down, okay, write down the question here. Define a
Mm-hmm.
function that takes a box type of object as an argument,
Define a function.
that takes a box type of object as an argument, type of object as an argument, and returns a box object whose dimension is 10 more than the original box.
And returns the
Box
box.
whose dimension is 10 more than the original box. More than the
Okay.
original box. Yeah. How do we fix this? Did
Define
you
a
understand the question or not?
define a function that takes box type of object as an argument. Okay. And then returns a box whose dimension is 10 more than the original. So by the dimension you mean the each dimension or the
Each dimension.
so we need to create a function which accept whose parameter would be an object,
Okay.
and that object we will call the variables length, width, height, and we will return
Mhm.
that thing
Okay, so may please
as
quickly do it.
so what would be the
Okay, function name may be anything, okay? And see, read the question. Now, our main intention is to define not a simple function, but a function that accepts, yeah, you are correct that the parameter will be box type and the return type also will be box type because it is going to return a
so
box. Okay?
so what would be so I will write object function name.
Not object. The return type is box, right? You may write box.
Okay. So box and function name.
You may write any function name like box incrementer also. It should be
Okay.
understandable. Box incrementer. Box incrementer and okay, very good. Box B1 inside it. Okay, now curly brackets. Okay, fine. So what should be done here?
So we have to return. So now
You have to create another box object. You will not modify the earlier one. You will modify.
Okay.
You have to create another box object whose dimension is 10 more than the
Yeah.
dimension of this.
Yeah. So I have to create one object here like b2 equal to box, and now I have to
Mm-hmm.
be
Initialize
like
the dimension, huh?
b2 dot b2 dot length equal to so I have to define three variables where I can
Very
store
good.
the
Very
value.
good. B2 dot length equals to B1 dot length plus 10. B2 dot width equals to, and then you have to return B2 at the end. But I want all these things in one line. Okay, Sonal? I don't want this
Okay.
so many lines. It should be smart. So write down return
Okay.
new box. Return in the same line. Return space new box.
Okay.
Okay, and brackets, and inside that B1 dot length plus 10 comma B1 dot width plus 10.
Oh yeah, yeah. Length plus 10, comma b2 box or b1 dot 10.
Okay, so in real world we will be having functions like this that accepts objects and returns object, not simply int and void or double, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Done. So now, okay, overloading. What is the definition of function overloading?
Function overloading when we have same function name but different parameters name.
Okay, different parameter list. Maybe the parameters
List.
may be what? Number of parameters may be changing or the nature of the parameters may be changed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next is about the static keyword. So let's go to
Mhm.
that document, please. This
Okay.
Java links.
Um,
Okay. Tell me, what do you know about static keyword first?
Static is used when I don't want to create an object. I want to call by if I have like int variable name. So I don't if I don't want to call that variable, I may not need to make the object of the class. Simply I can use the keyword static and
Very
then
good.
call that.
Very
Yeah.
good. Any other thing?
So
Any other thing about static variable?
they have like their own memory space
Very good.
in the.
Okay, please see. I have shared the link. So I have written
Okay.
two lines. Okay, first is a static. To access a static variable or function, we don't need to create any object. We can directly access through the class name, which you had already said, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
test.j
Yeah.
equals to 100, test.j, test.fun1, if they are all static. Okay, directly through the
Yeah.
class name. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
second is the j variable, is the static variable, is equally shared among all the objects of the class. Look at this in the diagram,
Yeah.
which you also said that
Oh,
they have the separate memory location, right?
yeah.
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 Next, yeah, what is the significance of the main function being static?
So we don't have to create the object. We can simply just write. You mean public static void main, that thing?
Mm-hmm. Why static?
Yeah. Because we are not creating an object. We can access it anywhere in the class
Actually,
outside.
who is creating the object? Who creates
JVM.
objects? Right. When does it create the objects?
Um, when
Whenever
we
you run the
the
program, the JVM will enter
yeah,
into the main and start executing step by step. So there is no
yeah,
point for the JVM to create an object of the class to access the main, right? Because main is the starting point of program execution, yes or no?
yeah.
Right? So there is no point, no need for the JVM to create an object to access the main, right?
Oh, okay.
So that
Yeah.
is the reason main is made static. Unnecessary object creation should be avoided. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So okay, in our soldier example, which function will you make static? How do you decide?
Like if something is shared by
Okay,
everyone,
give me an
so
example in the soldier. Which function can be made static?
like I cannot think any example
Okay, in the
in case.
soldier example, like see, we cannot make the fire function static. If you make fire function static, it will not make sense which through which object, which soldier object is firing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so which function can be made static? For example, whenever a soldier enters on the screen, some noise comes, ting tong or something. Okay,
Yeah.
so it is for any of the objects. Whenever a soldier enters, the same noise is coming, some sound is coming, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you can put that as a static function, like for example, okay, make sound or lightning or rain. Okay, this is common for all the objects, right?
Yeah.
So you can call that function through the class name without creating any object. But this type of things
Yeah.
like fire, run and all, it doesn't make sense. Like soldier dot fire, who fired? We have to keep a track on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So general functions are made static. Okay. So now just let's
So I have one more
uh,
question.
uh,
We have one method also, static method, which is called when before the object is created.
correct, correct. Static block you are talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Static
static
block,
block.
yeah, that is means that you can have a static block also. Most of the things that you want to be done without, means whenever object is not created, you want to load those things, you can have a static block
Mhm.
for that. Okay,
Yeah,
inside the
yeah.
class. Okay, so your static concept is very clear, no problem. Let's go to Eclipse now.
Okay.
Okay, so no need to create a static here in the class, you may create yourself. Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, create a new Java project for arrays, 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 and in the, okay, inside it create a new class called test.
Okay.
And now create a new class called test, and so may create an integer array.
Okay.
Main function you can have, I can do main control space if you have not done it, main control space. Yeah, now what we want is, no,
Yeah.
inside the main you have to do, go
Okay.
inside the main and create an integer array.
Like there are
Two ways,
three ways we
two
can.
ways. The first way I want. This is the shortcut technique. Very good. You have done it correct. Yeah, you're very good here. Okay.
So
Now you have to
now what?
populate the values also. You know how to do that. You start with 0 and do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, leave it. So no need to waste time here.
Okay.
Yeah, just complete it. X1 equals
Okay.
something, and then using a for loop, please display all the elements. So next class will be inheritance. The topics are like inheritance. We'll discuss.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
your interfaces,
Okay.
and exception handling, multi-threading, Java IO collection framework. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's do it like this. Okay, this would have been done in 2 or 3 classes for a new beginner, which we finished in one
Okay.
class. Okay, one mistake you have done. Length is not a function here in arrays. Length is a function in
Oh, it's
string.
size.
It's
Is it size?
no, no, length only, but it is not a function. X
Oh, okay. Okay.
dot length
Okay.
directly. It's a property in arrays. It's not a function. Okay,
Okay.
system dot
So
out dot println. Very good. I done. Save it. It's over. Now let's create another
okay.
project called command line. Okay, what is the difference between a parameter and argument? How do you say what is a parameter, what is an argument?
Parameters are like parameters are used inside the it is used while
Defining. Very
defining
good. And while calling the values are called arguments.
the argument. Yes.
Okay. Have the main function and finish this command line project. Finish and create a new class called test. Have the main function. So, okay, tell me what is ARGS? In this main you are saying that.
ARGs, if I want some arguments when I want to run a program,
Huh?
like if I want to take input from the user, then I will use ARGS.
So it is a parameter or an argument? ARGS is a parameter or argument?
I think it's a parameter.
Very good. It's a parameter. So parameter of what type? String array.
String array.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now the question is, write down the question in the next line. Find the sum of all the command line inputs. Okay, considering them as integers. Okay, integers are input actually through the command line. So please show me quickly.
I really don't remember how to do this thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I really
Okay.
forgot.
Okay. So like you have told everything correct. Like ARGS is a parameter, but who will pass this into this? When somebody will call the main, who will call the main? JVM will call the main. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when JVM will call the main, it will create a string array internally and pass it as an argument here, right?
Okay.
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 So that array holding all those inputs of the user are there in ARGS now? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to travel across the array. Simple for loop. For int I equals 0, I less than args dot length.
Oh, okay.
Not equal to, because it will go out of the range if you do that. Less than args dot length semicolon I plus plus. Then what do we do here?
We have to
Display, right?
do a
Display or
Okay.
summation. So first you can display, summation you can do later if you want. See, display is very simple. So control space args bracket I.
display.
ARGS brackets I. Okay, and the other one you try to do yourself. Let's see tomorrow. Okay, like the something. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So we'll stop here then. Are you satisfied?
Yeah. So okay. So okay. Yeah. It's fine.
Like we'll quickly go like this overview. Okay, so that it will be good for you. Okay, for the interview also,
Yeah.
rather than directly jumping into the advanced topics, because sometimes we need runtime polymorphism, and if you are not clear with that, you will again have to come back again. Okay, that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so let's meet tomorrow same time then. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.